Welcome to Season 4 of Skillcast, the podcast by the London Organisation of Skills Development. My name is Nurbanu and I'm your host. I couldn't be more excited to embark on this new season with you. In Season 4, we're pushing boundaries and exploring the forefront of skills development. We'll discuss emerging trends, innovative practices, and the evolving landscape of professional growth. Our lineup features thought leaders, industry pioneers, and change makers who are redefining what's possible. Whether you're aiming to future-proof your career, ignite your passion, or simply enjoy insightful conversations, you're in the right place. Let's dive in. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you very much.
Excited
Good morning.
Good morning. Are you excited to be here?
Yes, very.
Nice. So
Thank
tell
you.
me a little bit more about yourself. I've just met you, so I'd love to see how you'd introduce yourself to our audience.
No, my name is Theo. I'm from the Netherlands. I'm 57 years old, and I'm coming from a textile family, and I had always a dream for to do business by myself in the textile business.
So did you inherit this business, or did it just come to you through family?
No, my father is an interior architect, and he's doing a lot of hotels. So he was always at home with samples of textile, of curtains and furniture, fabrics. So we we were always busy with the textile.
Nice. So then why did you stay within textiles? Why did you not move out of textiles? Was there a reason?
Because it is nice. It is textile, mainly fabrics with beautiful the scents and beautiful colors. It is nice to work with.
Do you know much about color therapy? People use different colors to create more lighting. So like white walls create more light, whereas black creates more closer curtains and stuff.
That's true.
Do you give that sort of advice to your clients as well, or you kind of just?
No, actually, my father did this kind of job, and I was more for to buy fabrics and to sell. So more trading. So not to give advice to people. It's more buying and selling. Do
you have a lot of employees working for you at the moment?
No, actually not. After my graduation of the middle business school, I was starting to work in a Jewish company for textile, mm-hmm. And then in this period, the wall of Germany collapsed. Germany was divided in the east and the west Germany, in the communist side and the west side. And then actually I went there with a friend of school with a very very old small car. We went to Berlin because somebody told me that there was in the east of Germany a lot of textile business going on. So we were very curious. And we went to Berlin, because in Berlin you have the Treuhand, and the Treuhand, it was a government company, and they were taking care of for the whole change of the communist system to the private owned system. So we went there, and then they give us a tip. There was a company in Cottbus, that's also a city, and the company was almost bankrupt, and there was a lot of textile. So we went there, and we came there, and there was a big warehouse full, but we had a very very little budget of money. But because it was the first time, we were also not specialized in those things, and but we knew that the quality what we saw, that was the right quality what we are looking for. And then we spoke about the price, and but the company they told us, or you buy the whole stock, or you buy nothing. But because of our budget, it was a little bit difficult. But then we bought everything, and we were telling to the company, we will buy everything, but we take it by little parts because that was our budget. But we were telling that our warehouse was too full, so we had to do it step for step. And that was the start of a journey of about 20 years.
Oh wow! So how did you start getting your clients?
Because of the 8 months I was working at the textile company near to Amsterdam, I was always listening to people. I'm not not a very big speaker, but I can listen very, very, very well. And I also think if you are starting, it is better to listen than to speak. Because if you listen, you can learn from people. They have experience. They know much more, and that was the way that because it was a textile company, and they were always telling me in this period when I was working in this textile company, there's a lot of demand for lining in West Africa because they use it for whatever. So I had always in my mind, I must have lining. That is polyester, acetate, or viscose lining. And we found this lining. So it was. So when we found the lining, I was calling to the client and I said, I have found lining. And then we sold him in 20 years about 5 million meters.
Wow, that's
a lot.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
Were you doing the sales piece as well, or did you have someone else kind of try to sell the product?
No, we actually the buying part, that is a full-time job because I had to drive almost every week 7-8 hours from my company to the east of Germany, near to Poland and Czechia. So it is a daytime job, and then I find a partner, and he was already specialized to export to Africa. And we had a coffee, and we had a good talk together. And then I said to him, listen, we can make a very complicated story, but we can also do it simple. I do the buying part. You are doing the selling part in Africa because you're very good in it, and to sell in Africa is not that easy because you have to do it with douane, with taxes, with paperwork, export license, with a lot of stuff. So you do the export, I do the buying part, and then we do 50-50. Now, and we make a handshake deal. And we worked together about 25 years.
Have you ever had any conflicts between the two partners?
No, normal things. No, not really. No.
Because you find that, especially when you're in two different fields, even though he has no expertise in the buying side, and he's very good at sales. But does he ever kind of give you advice? Like, you should do this or bring this, or do you get that? Or you give him thoughts and ideas?
In this period, it was in the 90s and the end of the 90s. The benefit was there was no internet, there was no mobile telephones. So for us it was a big benefit because the big competition now from China, that is mainly coming door Google, the internet and everything. So also the people in Africa, they can Google everything. But in the 90s, it was quite complicated for the Africa people to find the right fabrics. So we created a big warehouse, really big warehouse, and we were putting everything on stock. So the Africa people, they came and it was possible for them to choose some cotton, some polyester, some printed, some plain, some, and they put it in the container, and and they were selling it on the local market.
So, what's the future then? What are you gonna continue staying in textiles, or you adventurous, or you wanna try something else? Because there's so many new industries out there. There's hospitality, there's technology. Have you considered dabbling into any of these other fields?
For to make a little story. In the time we were buying a lot of textiles, so we were buying fabrics and yarn for to make fabrics. So in the meantime, there were companies. For example, in Dresden. Dresden is a beautiful city, and in the time we were at the beginning in Dresden. Dresden was there was Putin. Putin lived there. He was the head of the KGB. And actually, we could buy many textile because we met two women, and they were in the Honecker team. Honecker was the chief of the East German country. And he had a group of people. There were textile engineers. But the benefit was that those people they knew everybody. For us, it was quite difficult in this time, without internet and telephone, to find the right companies. Because of those women, it was more easy to find all kinds of textile and all kinds of things.
What's the difference between now, someone would start up as textiles business, compared to when you started up 20?
China destroy everything almost. Mm-hmm. Because China can produce so very cheap, and the benefit was in our time that because of the falling of the wall, so all the companies they were government companies, but the whole system was changed. So they tried to change from the government companies to private companies. But to be private companies, you have to be very smart with warehousing, with logistic, and it was in this country very bad organized, because in the communist system it doesn't care if the warehouse is there and the production is there, and it was very complex.
So what would be the advice you'd give to someone who's trying to start up textiles in this generation? What would be the best thing you'd say to them? Should they go into textiles, or should they field another field or specialism?
The point in the textile nowadays is that there are very big players like Zara and all those companies, and to make competition with those companies, that is difficult.
So would you say to still compete with fast fashion, or should you avoid the textiles industry altogether?
Yes, I think so. It is difficult to start it up.
How are you sustaining it then, or are you thinking of moving away from textiles now?
No, I was always busy in the period in the textile period. I was always busy with to set up other things too. For example, in the east of Germany, those companies where we were buying, that were huge companies with about 1,000 employees, and a lot of companies they were shut down. And we also find out that in those companies, because the time was not changed after the war, so there was a lot of antiques in the companies, a lot of old furniture, and So I started for to buy also when the factories closed. I was buying all the textile, and I also bought all the furniture, and that I was selling to antique shops. And then there was a furniture company in Holland, and he was asking us for if we can find planks, wooden planks. And so we came in Frankfurt Oder at Deutsche Bahn, because they were always transporting in the east of Germany by railway, and now because of the change of the border, they will transport everything by road. So there was about 10 or 15,000 wagons. They were destroyed, but in the wagons there were 5 centimeter planks, old planks. So I made a contract with the German railway for to buy all those planks, and those planks I was selling to a furniture company. They make tables of it. So I was always I was busy in the textile, but I also in the furniture and in the wood business, and then. After this wood business, we met a company in Bulgaria, and then there was a lot of demand for oak parquet. So there was a bankruptcy in Holland with all kinds of machines and. So I bought everything, and I brought all the whole machinery to Bulgaria. I bought a powder milk factory, and we renovated, and we make the road and everything with the heating system and everything. And so we started there also a wooden parquet company with 60 people.
Amazing. I've learned so much from your journey that you've been on. And the main thing that I've really taken away from what you've said is be specialized in one field, but then also kind of dabble in other areas, like you said, in furniture, and being open-minded to different areas and kind of creating yourself that holistic system. Because like you said, fast fashion is really taking over the textile industry. And if it wasn't for your initiative and your bravery and taking the risk of going into furniture, buying a wholesale and getting staff with it, you never be where you are today. So really, really enlightening. And thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you for giving the opportunity.